Okay, Assalamu alaikum everyone. So in today's class, I will overviewing chapter 3, which we were on the last time, the biological basis of behavior. We've covered half of the chapter, so I would just overview those topics so you can make connection of what we will be discussing shortly in the remaining section of the chapter. We've talked about the structure of communications system within the human body, the nervous system. We've talked about neurons, which are the basic units of cells that that receive, integrate, and transmit information. Neurons are are the basic links that permit communication within the nervous system. There are other cells as well which support the function of neuron in the body. This is the structure of neuron. If you remember, we have talked about in detail of how information is collected, is collected from the offshoots of neuron structure, which is called dendrites. How that information travels down to axon and is released by the terminal boutons. There are multiple neurochemicals working within the body for different reasons. Different behaviors are based upon the function of those neurochemicals. Um, these neurochemicals are acetylcholine, which is uh, which is associated with our voluntary muscular movement, cognition, memory, and learning. A deficiency of this neurochemical in the body is associated with problems like Alzheimer's. There are sometimes some substances which at times mimics the role of a neurochemical in the body. These substances are called as agonist of that neurotransmitter. What happens or what these agonists do is they sometimes embed themselves in the receptor sites of those neurons which are made for that specific neurochemical. For example, acetylcholine neurochemical would only be received by those neurons which are specialized for those neurochemicals. Not every neuron would activate itself for acetylcholine. So sometimes substances like nicotine, which functions as an agonist for acetylcholine, opens up the same channels, receptor sites for acetylcholine and mimics the role of acetylcholine. So that at times people feel efficient after taking, consuming coffee or after smoking, because they believe that that substance helps them, makes them more proficient, active, uh, because that is similar to what acetylcholine does in the body. It supports, it motivates our learning, thinking, and memory. An antagonist is a substance which tries to open up the channel of the original neurochemical, but somehow fails to do it, and blocks the channel itself. That is when the original neurotransmitter tries to get into get through that receptor site, but couldn't because of the blockage done by the what you can say placebo chemical. So these kind of chemicals are called antagonist. So it opposes the action of a neurotransmitter. Curer is identified as an antagonist of acetylcholine. Monoamines are those chemicals which regulates our everyday behavior. Dopamine is a monoamine which contributes to our voluntary movement, and its decreased level is associated with Parkinson's disease, and increased levels are associated with schizophrenia. Cocaine and amphetamines are supposedly agonist for dopamine. Norepinephrine contributes to modulation of mood and arousal. Serotonin is another monoamine which regulates our sleep and wakefulness. Eating and aggression abnormal levels contributes to depression and obsessive compulsive disorder. Endorphins are natural chemicals which are released when we are in pain. These are these are the healing chemicals. After a sharp pain, endorphins are released by the brain, which helps the body to minimize or overcome the the pain it is going through. Morphines are identified as agonist for endorphins, which are obtained from opium plants. It helps in reduction of pain and somehow increases pleasure and memory. All right, so I will finish the first video here. So you could just quickly run through the topics that I've just mentioned. And in my next video, I'll talk about the organization of nervous system um, uh, and the different parts of the brain. Thank you.